And good morning. You are listening to the Garden Wise Show, and DeWitt is one of our sponsors.
Yeah,
So
good stuff.
you'll hear them again
Good
later.
stuff.
Good morning. You are listening to the Garden Wise Show. What is this?
Yeah, good stuff.
You'll hear them again later. Oh,
Keith is trying to broadcast in stereo this morning.
that's my phone. Thank you, Sean. I guess the video or the audio does work now, right? Okay. So, again, you're listening to the Garden Wise Show.
We were testing
This
everybody.
this boomer has problems with technical stuff
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes.
totally. Hello and again.
Good morning. And today, joining me
Yeah.
is Luan Akin, right over here to my left,
Hola.
from Tagawa Gardens. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
It's
making
always-
me get up at a quarter after 4.
It's always a joy to have you on
Thank
the
you, dear.
show. Absolutely. What's going on at Tagawa's these days?
Rock and roll. We talked last week about how good the annuals look.
Uh-huh.
And the annuals and annual containers and herbs are all still 30% off, and they're not just rickety old leftovers.
I was there last week.
Yeah.
I missed you.
Yeah,
Was it last week that I came by?
maybe earlier.
Maybe earlier. Anyway, just recently.
Yeah,
And the annuals looked great.
they look good.
Gorgeous hanging baskets.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
You still have roses.
We still have roses.
And a huge perennial department. I love your perennial department, especially the one where you go out the doors and it's that open area in the middle of everything.
Ornamental grasses and all the real heat-loving stuff
Yeah, yeah.
is out there.
And you still have, like 2.5-inch pots of perennials and that sort of thing, which is hard to find at nurseries anymore.
It is much more fun to dig a 4-inch hole than a
Or a 2-inch,
3-foot
3-inch.
hole.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can buy more plants that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, and even the houseplant section is like a forest.
It was packed,
Yeah,
absolutely packed.
so lots to see at Tagawa's.
Absolutely.
Always.
And we all know where Tagawa's is.
Is this a test?
You want me to say it?
Oh, do you know by heart?
7-Eleven South Parker Road.
7711.
Oh, I'm thinking Wilmore is 7-Eleven East County line.
70
7711.
South
is-
Parker Road.
Yeah, it's Tagawa.
1
So
mile south of Arapahoe Road.
I was just missing one number.
Yeah, it could be critical.
It could be critical. No doubt. No doubt. And it's TagawaGardens.com.
Yep.
For all the critical information like classes and
And we'll
sales
be
and
talking about those.
all of those
Yeah.
sorts of things. So,
Yeah.
and garden centers, this time of year, pretty much everybody has sales going on. So, if you're not watching their newsletters on the emails and or on the internet machine, check your favorite garden centers, see what kind of sales are going on. Many times they're not advertised, so the only place you'd know about them is if you look at their newsletter online or get their newsletter online.
And I say in the spot that I recorded for today that, a lot of times, we were just talking, June is almost over.
Yeah, June
How
is
did
almost-
that happen,
I
right?
don't know.
So if you have these projects that you just, oh, dang, I meant to try this or plant that, give it a shot, because there's a lot to choose from still.
Yes, and I always say this. I say this every summer, probably every week, every summer. It's not too late to plant.
And it's not too hot to plant if you take some precautions.
Exactly. And there are a lot of things that like being planted in the heat, especially vegetables like corn and beans and squashes of all kinds of, pumpkins and that
Love
sort
that
of thing.
warm soil.
They love that warm soil. The cucumbers do as well. You can still direct sow them. You don't even have to buy plants. You can still direct sow those plants in the ground and get a harvest. It'll be late summer, but you'll get a harvest. So don't feel like you missed it.
And hand watering is permissible in
Yeah,
most
absolutely.
districts, avoiding the heat of the day, 10 a.m., 6 p.m.
Well, I try to pay attention to that, but when my plants are dry and they're little babies, they're not going to, if it's noon, they're not going to wait till 6 o'clock. They don't have that kind of patience.
Oh, but you could get out of bed early and water them before 10 a.m.
Well, you know what I do?
Send your
have
wife.
I have a water barrel
Oh, okay.
and a watering can. So that's still hand watering, but it's not from a hose.
Okay. I thought maybe you were going to tell me you made Retha do it.
Oh, Lord. Come on, get real.
We love you, Retha.
No, that's not going to happen. I love to tell the story when I had a broken leg, and I asked her to go out and check the pots outside to see if they needed water, and how do I do that? Well, we have been married for how many decades?
You just had a big anniversary. And no, you're coming up on a big one.
Yeah, yeah. But this was back in what, 2012, I think it was. And I said, well, you stick your finger, you stick your finger in the pot and see if you feel any moisture. And she said, not with these fingernails.
Exactly.
So then I taught her how to tip the pot
Okay, for weight.
for weight. Because most of my pots were big. And I said, if you can't tip it, it's fine.
Okay,
If you can tip it, it needs water.
there you go.
So that helped. But yeah, you got to watch those things.
Speaking of water,
Yeah,
what about that rainstorm?
we got a lot.
Wasn't that something?
It was wonderful. I loved all the lightning and thunder. My little puppy didn't.
No.
She did not like the thunder at all, but I loved the rain.
Yeah. Did you track how much you got?
I don't have a rain gauge.
Good.
Yeah, I did, but the raccoons destroyed it. So, and I haven't figured out a place to put one that the raccoons can't get to it.
We got about 3/4, just shy of 3/4 of
Did
an
you
inch
really?
in about 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. A jungle rain.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, it was really pounding on our roof that night. I just love Colorado the way it cools down at night because
Yeah.
when we turn off the air conditioning for the night and open the windows and you hear all that wonderful outdoor noise, you know, the crickets and whatever, and then the rain and so forth. And
Our neighbor has a real shallow space, a large shallow space. And when it gets, a downpour like that, the frogs come out.
the frog. Oh,
And we have not heard the frogs in probably 7-8 years.
really?
And last night they were going to town.
I'll bet.
It was so much fun.
Oh, well,
And then
well.
they go back in their little mud holes and they stay there till the next downpour.
Oh, my goodness.
4 or 5 years. It's amazing. Nature is amazing.
Nature is amazing. It finds a way to survive. That's wonderful. Well, as you can tell, this is a gardening show, and the way it works is that you call in on your telephone at 303-477-2473. That's the phone number. Now, if you'd like to text us your question, you can do that at 303-477-5600. And you can even include a picture
Individually.
individually, and it needs to be gardening appropriate, of course. If you have more than one picture you want to send, and we love multiple pictures because we like a kind of a close-up and then a shot from a little bit farther back so we can sort of get a better idea of the environment and so forth. Send the pictures individually in separate text messages, and we can see which pictures belong together on the screen. So you don't need to worry about that. But right now, the lines are open at 303-477-2473. You can also watch us on Facebook Live. You can go to the Gardenwise Show Facebook page and watch the show and listen to it, of course. And you can leave us any comments in the comment section. And we've got a couple of text messages already. And one of them is, good morning. Is it too hot to fertilize? Pro Rich, did you say half recommended rate? And no, it's not too hot to fertilize. Fertilize early in the morning on your watering day so that you can water it in. You don't want to leave it just sitting on top of the ground. It doesn't do you any good there. And or do it in the evening when it's cool.
Better yet.
And then the evening of your watering cycle to come on and water it all in thoroughly. And I use it about half to 2/3 the rate this year, just so that I'm not promoting a lot of foliage growth, because it is a nitrogen fertilizer. It's a nitrogen based. It's organic, so it's very slow release. It's not like you're going to get a hay field that you have to mow 3 times a week. But I'll use that Pro Rich on not only my lawn, but I'll use it on my perennials and my vegetable garden because it's organic and natural. And we'll talk about that in a minute, what's the difference. Everywhere in the yard, actually, even in my container plants.
So one size fits all in a way.
Yeah, I like the KISS system. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm stupid sometimes.
Aren't we all?
Like today.
Like
Yeah.
today we
I
were
didn't
both
I
having-
didn't have my card to get into the building.
We could have been phoning this in. Poor Sean.
No doubt. Thank goodness Sean was here. rescued us. But yeah, I try to. I mean, the plants take up what they need, and our soils typically have plenty of phosphorus and plenty of potassium. It's the nitrogen that's the biggie of the three. If you of course, a soil test would help.
Yeah.
It's always a good idea to know where you're starting from to end a sentence with a preposition.
And you don't have to do it every year. Just give yourself a baseline to begin
Right,
with.
exactly. And, and you can buy a soil test kit at any garden center, and they're not expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And really what you want to do is you want to test your nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and pH. And of the three, the nutrients are the most expensive, or most important, excuse me. And you'll always find, I guarantee it, that your soils are nearly devoid of nitrogen.
Yeah. My soil tests would always come back low in organic matter. Which
Yeah,
is
exactly.
The same thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I always use the Pro Rich because it has a higher nitrogen content, and that's exactly what I need in my soils because I know because I test them.
Right. How often? So we determined that you would cut back on the dosage, the rate. How often have you changed any of that given the drought? in
No,
your
I
yards?
still fertilize on the same schedule,
Which is what?
monthly.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Now,
Okay.
in the vegetable garden, that's a little different, and in my potted plants, it's
Yeah.
a little different.
Yeah.
Because there's extra water going there, so that rinses nutrients out of the soil, especially in your containers, hanging baskets, that sort of thing. Frequent watering leaches out the nutrients. And since they're in a confined root situation, the roots can't go exploring and find more nutrients. You have to supply them.
And a lot of us are stuffers when it comes to our
Oh,
container
yeah.
gardens,
Uh-huh.
because you can't wait till August to for them to look good.
Yeah.
So you're stuffing these plants in, and that becomes a massive root ecosystem down
Yeah,
there.
they're battling it out
Yeah,
underground there.
Yeah, so it makes a huge difference if you can keep up with it. And when you do your container gardens, are you fertilizing them any differently now?
I'm fertilizing them weekly. I still use the Pro Rich once a month on everything.
Okay.
But then the container gardens, I will use a water soluble. I like the Fertilome Triple 20.
You supplement.
I supplement with that. I use it weekly.
Right.
So about half strength. And that way the plants are constantly getting a source of nutrients so that you don't have these flushes of growth and then nothing, and
Right.
flush of growth and then nothing. Just nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's so far an interesting summer.
and I planted fewer plants per pot this year.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
So that there are, it's a same size soil volume, fewer plants. Their roots have more access to the nutrients
Exactly.
and the water. So I don't have to water as often. I also use Soil Moist, the
We
Soil
talked
Moist
about that,
granules.
right.
And I use those, and it's a little early to tell because the plants are still small for the most part, so I can't tell whether they're using the water or whether the plots are drying out faster than usual because I'm out there giving the newest plants, a little dose of water whenever they're a little on the dry side. I don't water the whole pot. I just water the new plants because I know their roots aren't down yet.
Right.
And so it'll be another month or so before I know. But I've used Soil Moist before, and I've always been happy with it.
And people may not realize at Tagawa's, and I'm sure Nick's and the other independents work this way, that you say you have a 16-inch basket or
Mhm.
pot.
Yeah.
That when they are starting those from tiny little plants in March,
Mhm.
maybe.
Yeah.
Whereas I would plant that 16-inch pot now with a whole bunch of stuff. They might put in 5 things, and they let them grow up. And
Yes.
so by the time, because they have a greenhouse, we have a greenhouse, by the time they are available for us to purchase, and when it makes sense, they look full and lush and beautiful.
Right.
I want full and lush and beautiful now, which is why I challenge them that much and put in a whole lot of plants. It just, I don't know a way around it because I don't have a greenhouse that I can,
Yeah.
plant in March.
Well, the only thing I can say to get around that, and I do this in some pots, number one, I'll buy a hanging basket.
Yeah. Yeah.
and take it out of the basket and put it in the pot. And there you have instant, fully grown summer plant. Or you buy larger plants to start with. Instead of 6-packs, I buy 4-inch pots.
Yeah.
It's more expensive, but you're buying fewer.
It's one thing, and I know we have to take a break here, but Tagawa's has right now, what they call them, confetti, the about 6-inch pots that are planted with multiple things, different things. You know.
So an instant garden.
An instant garden, but if you put a couple, if it's a really big pot container, you can put maybe 3 of those in there,
Right.
and you're done.
You're
and
done.
It's a beautiful mix. You know they're going to be happy, you know, as good neighbors, and they need to have similar needs and such.
That's important to do, is
Yeah.
to know that they're going to play well together. That you know, that they have the same watering requirements. They have the same sun requirements.
Right. So, you know, look at for your independent garden center, look for those things that are pre-planted mixed pots, and try those.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
garden centers know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've got to take a break. Our first one of the hour. You're listening to The Garden Wise Show. We'll be back. We've got some more text messages to deal with. The phone lines are completely open. What's up with that? I know you're awake and I know you're listening. 303-477-2473. Don't make me call you. All right. We'll be back after this on The Garden Wise Show, Legends 810.
Quality products save time and are environmentally safe for the responsible homeowner. You'll find DeWitt products at your favorite independent garden center retailers.
Soil moist granules are a non-toxic water-storing polymer product that keeps your plants hydrated twice as long. Every morning you water your hanging baskets, vegetables, and flower beds, and by evening they're dry again. Soil moist polymer crystals mix into your potting soil and encourage absorption, cutting your watering in half. They absorb water like a sponge, then slowly release it as your soil dries out. That means less watering for you and more consistent moisture at the root level, right where plants need it. Ideal for hanging baskets, planters, flower beds, and even vegetables, Soil Moist reduces transplant shock, improves soil texture, and lasts for seasons. It's non-toxic, degradable, and environmentally friendly. Just hydrate the granules before mixing them into your soil and let Soil Moist do the hard part for you. Find Soil Moist at your favorite independent garden center or learn more at soilmoist.com.
Summer is blooming at the Gardens at Highlands Ranch, your neighborhood garden center for everything you need to create a beautiful Colorado landscape. Family owned and operated, the Gardens at Highlands Ranch offers an abundant selection of drought-tolerant perennials, colorful annuals, healthy trees, shrubs, herbs, vegetables, roses, and more. Perfect for keeping your yard vibrant all summer long. Fresh plant material is arriving weekly, so every visit brings something new to discover. Whether you're updating flower beds, adding curb appeal, or starting a backyard garden, their friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to help with everything from garden design ideas to diagnosing plant problems. Need help getting everything planted? Delivery and professional planting services are available to make your outdoor projects easy and stress-free. And don't forget to browse the sale items available throughout the store while supplies last. For quality plants, expert advice, and exceptional customer service, visit the Gardens at Highlands Ranch at 9542 South University Boulevard in Highlands Ranch. Open Monday through Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 5. The Gardens at Highlands Ranch, where something new is always blooming.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Array of Tree Sale, now through July 14th. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. Save 25 to 45% on thousands of 3 to 8-year-old shade and flowering trees. Choose from honey locust, linden, maple, oak, flowering crabapple, serviceberry, willow, and more. And save big on thousands of shrubs and perennials. The Array of Tree Sale. Come see.
You take I-25 to exit 235. then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Garden Wise Show. And we do have some text messages. Telephones are still dead. Maybe they're disconnected.
Maybe they're just taking the entire week off because of the holiday next week. And they're just.
I'd like to do that. Well, I do. I'm retired, so what can I say?
Exactly.
I have the whole week off. 303-477-2473. And Sam with Twin Oaks. If you're listening, I would love to hear from you as to what you're seeing going on in the tree canopies, tree care, that sort of thing going on around town. So give us a call when you have a chance, Sammy, and I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, we've got a picture here of a cucumber plant on the screen that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and some new growth, 5 leaves, nice sized leaves, but some holes and some flecks. And those can you zoom in on some of those flecks for me, Sean? I want to see if there's a pattern inside those speckles, because that would tell me what we're dealing with. It could be alternaria, or it could be
A little hail damage, I think.
Yeah, it could be a little hail damage, maybe even a little flea beetle damage. I see some tears in the leaves, so that's physical damage. So that's possibly hail, and some nibbling here and there. In the middle of the leaf, so I know that that's not grasshoppers, so that would more than likely be slugs, because they'll nibble the middle of the leaf. The grasshoppers will start at the edge, so will caterpillars. They'll start at the edge. The speckling, I'm going to suspect, is a fungal disease called alternaria, which is it's fairly common on cucumbers. You can use a fixed copper spray as a common fungicide. It's not systemic, it's natural. Copper is a natural element, and we were going to talk about the difference between natural and organic. A copper spray works quite well, and that you can use just as a preventative. It's not going to make the spots that are there go away, but it will protect the new growth.
It didn't look like the new growth was that badly damaged.
No, and there weren't enough spots really for the plant to even notice.
Green and lush.
Yeah.
They look great.
Right. So you're not going to have florist quality cucumber plants outside in the garden. And by florist, you know what I mean by florist quality. I mean perfect, absolutely unblemished everything.
And tasteless.
Yeah. Well, I don't eat my floral designs, but anyway, you're always going to have some speckles, some tears, some chew holes, that sort of thing, and especially with Japanese beetles starting to show up, things are going to start looking less than perfect. But as long as you have the majority of the leaf left intact, it's still functioning, it's still doing its job, it's still producing the energy for the plant to produce whatever it is it's supposed to produce.
Right.
Now, I did mention that there is a difference between natural and organic. So that difference is organic means that it came from a living source. It has a carbon molecule in it. So technically oil and gasoline are organic, but you wouldn't want to use them.
No.
Snake venom is organic. Black widow spider venom is organic. So just because it's organic doesn't mean it's safe.
Yeah.
Right? Rotenone was taken off the market. You can't even buy it anymore.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was organic, it was made from a particular tree. Horribly toxic, especially to fish. People would take it out and throw it in a pond, and all the fish would float to the surface, and then they wouldn't have to go to the problem of fishing for them. So that was taken off the market years ago. And it's one of those things that you didn't want to inhale. But it was organic, so people thought it was safe, right? Then there's natural. And natural are those things that don't have a carbon atom in them, a carbon atom in them, which would be things like sulfur and iron and nitrogen. These are all things that are natural elements on the elemental chart, which means they can't have any organic material in them. They're elements. Well, I guess carbon is. Never mind. Anyway, that's why some products are labeled natural and organic. or vice versa, organic and natural, or organic based.
And getting certified organic as an organic to be sold as an quote unquote, literally an organic quote unquote, is really expensive.
It
So
is.
there are a lot of products that are in effect organic, but they can't use the labeling unless they've gone through all the testing.
Right.
So
And it costs
tons of money,
thousands and thousands
time.
of dollars. Yeah.
time, soil, overseasons.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So OMRI is probably the most recognized organic,
organic
registration.
materials registration something.
OMRI.
Yeah,
It'll be
OMRI.
on the label just as OMRI, OMRI certified.
Right.
And that will tell you that it's organic and it's been certified organic and safe for use in organic gardening. So look for that. Let's see, what else have we got here? Good morning, Keith and Luan. I noticed this new issue on my Coral Bells Northern Exposure Silver. Let's see.
This one up top looks a little hinky, but the other one
Yeah, we'll see how
chewed up.
Yeah, chewed up, and the picture is a really pretty, one of those really pretty silvery coral bell leaves.
With the deep green veins.
Yeah, it's very pretty. And you know, a lot of coral bells anymore are grown strictly for their foliage because a lot of those ornamental foliage coral bells don't have the most attractive flowers. So, but this one has, let's see, okay. Do you have any tricks or suggestions on how I might eradicate the weed? No. Oh, I skipped to a different, I skipped to a different text. Okay, so this is the Northern Exposure Silver. Any thoughts on what might be the problem and the end treatment? Picture enclosed. Thank you. My first thought is it looks like it's been getting a little too dry. I mean, coral bells they do like dry shade once they're established, but newer plants are going to need pretty regular watering. The browning of the edges is what's got me thinking that it's a moisture issue, a lack of moisture issue.
You've also got these little speckles on an adjacent leaf
Uh-huh.
that
Yeah.
it seems like there's a lot of different things going on.
There could be. I'm looking here, some more browning over here on that edge.
A little crispy, but
Little
that leaf
crispy.
is also discolored. But if it's an older leaf,
Well, the discoloring will come with the desiccation. The speckling, that could be just a secondary fungus that's coming in because the plant
the
is
leaf-
stressed.
Right.
But the leaves look a little small. I don't have any cultural information about, you know, how much sun is this getting, how much shade is it getting, how is it being watered, when is it getting watered,
Is it
being
mulched?
fertilized, how long has it been in the ground, is it mulched? All those sorts of things are important information for us to know, because plants have a very limited repertoire of symptoms that they can show you to tell, because you know, we can say I'm hungry or I'm thirsty, but the plant can't do that. It has just a few things that it can do to show you what the problem is, and sometimes the same symptoms are different problems.
I would watch it. I would check the soil moisture before you water again.
Yeah.
And maybe you need to up it. Mulch would help maintain, you know, the moisture more evenly
Yeah.
once it gets in there. But I'd be careful with just reaching for anything to treat when you don't know what you're treating.
Exactly. I don't see slug damage. So that's not something you need to worry for. I know we have to take a break, but there's one more thing I want to say about this picture, and I suspect this is the sort of thing I see on plants on a drip irrigation system.
Good point.
That the drip irrigation system, the landscaper says, run it for 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening. And that does nothing.
Wouldn't you expect that to wilt though if it was that
Yeah.
dehydrated?
I would expect it to wilt.
And
Yeah.
if he's not seeing that,
True. But if it is on a drip irrigation system, or if you're hand watering, make sure that your irrigation system is on long enough, and do it all at once. Don't split it up into two different things. If you're on drip, there's no reason to. Split irrigation is for for issues where you're putting on water and it's starting to run off. That doesn't happen with drip. So water all at once, so you're watering deeply. all at once. And if you've got a 1 gallon per hour dripper, that means you have to run that system for an hour for that one dripper to put a gallon of water on. So run your system accordingly. If you're hand watering, you're putting an awful lot of water on a small area in a short period of time. And it starts to run off very quickly. And then you think, oh, I put enough water on because it's running off. When in actuality, it's only gone down a quarter or a half of an inch, and it can't absorb the water fast enough.
Yeah.
So come back to that plant. Water it till it starts to run off a little bit, and go to another plant. And then in a few minutes, come back to the first plant and give it another dose. And maybe do that 2 or 3 times until you're sure that the water has gotten down deep enough. And the only way you'll know that is to check
the soil.
with your finger or a trowel or a chopstick or
Yeah.
or a screwdriver, something to check and see how far down that water got.
Yeah. And I also wonder a little bit about air circulation, whether it's a hot pocket,
Yeah,
or whether,
hot pockets are yummy.
I've never had one. I need to expand my diet. But check the soil. Start with the soil moisture before you decide, just to use any kind of spray or anything.
It does look like a root stress situation to me. So having said all of that, we've got to take a break. We'll be right back. We've got more stuff on text messaging, and I believe we have a phone call to answer. So we'll be back after this on the Garden Wise Show, Legends 810.
Well, summer is in full swing now, and look who's back. Those nasty Japanese beetles, and they're ready to wreak havoc on your garden.
If you're looking to successfully control Japanese beetles without damaging the environment, look no further than Beetle Gone from Phylum Bioproducts. Derived from a naturally occurring soil bacteria, Beetle Gone is the only organic solution that successfully controls those destructive beetle invaders. Just mix the powder with water and spray on your plants. Once ingested, they stop feeding and die. And since it's an organic BT product, rest assured it's a safe choice to use on your fruits and veggies in addition to your ornamental flowers and trees.
Not only does Beetle Gone work on adult Japanese beetles, it is completely safe to use around beneficials such as ladybugs, butterflies, and bees, and has no issues with water toxicity. Beetle Gone from Phylum Bioproducts. Target the pest and not the rest.
Gardening in Colorado always comes with its challenges, but Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center is here to help. If your flower beds, vegetable gardens, or patio pots are unfinished, there's still time to create the garden you've been dreaming about this season. While it may be too late for a few vegetables, beans, cucumber, squash, and more can still be planted successfully. Jared still has a great selection of fresh bedding plants, along with experienced, friendly staff ready to help you get growing. And for instant color and beauty, be sure to check out their patio pots and hanging baskets. Japanese beetles are beginning to appear, and Jared's has several solutions to help control them. They also carry products to protect ash trees from the emerald ash borer, now found in the Denver area. If bugs, diseases, or other garden problems are getting the upper hand, stop by and talk with the experts at Jared's. Their goal is to help you enjoy your best gardening season ever and create the beautiful landscape you've always wanted. The staff at Jared's would also like to thank our veterans and active military members for their service and sacrifice. Happy birthday, America, and enjoy the Independence Day weekend. Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center, family-owned and serving Colorado for 48 years, is located at 10500 West Bowles Avenue. Open Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 and weekends from 9 to 5.
Watering restrictions are here, and every drop matters. So how do you keep your trees, shrubs, and lawn healthy while using less water? Twin Oaks Tree Experts has a smart solution: wetting agents. When soil becomes dry or compacted, water often runs off or evaporates before it ever reaches the roots. Wetting agents fix that problem by helping water soak deep into the soil, right where your plants need it most. That means your trees, shrubs, perennials, and lawn get more benefit from every drop of water with far less waste. You'll see reduced drought stress, stronger root systems, and healthier plants even during watering restrictions. It's a smarter, more efficient way to protect your landscape while staying compliant with local watering limits. Since 1998, Twin Oaks has been staffed with internationally certified arborists, making them your one-stop shop for expert tree and plant care. Call or text 720-263-2337 or schedule online at twinoaksusa.com. Twin Oaks Tree Experts, helping you do more with less water all season long.
Hand watering tree, shrubs, and flowers is allowed in most areas, so don't miss the Tree Farm's early spring tree and shrub sale. A list of our sale items are at thetreefarm.com. 5 to 6 foot tall aspen plums only $119.99 each. 3-year-old Cheyenne privet hedge now gets 6 for $306. 6 to 8 foot spring snow fruitless crabapple trees only $139.99. Come
You
see.
take I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
All right, today on the Garden Wise Show, I forgot to mention that sunrise today was at 5:34, which is 2 minutes later.
The days are getting
Oh.
shorter.
Yeah, the days are getting shorter.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
And sunset was at 8:32, which is 2 minutes later in the evening, or earlier in the evening, excuse
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
So
we lost 4 minutes.
We
yesterday.
lost. The math doesn't make sense here because I looked this up on the internet and it says our day length now is at 14 hours and 58 minutes, and last week it was at 15 hours. So that's 2 minutes difference. But if you do the math with the sunrise sunset, it's 4 minutes difference. So
We'll call it 3.
we'll go. Well, yeah, we'll
Meet in the middle.
compromise. Well, yeah. And ET was almost exactly the same as the previous week. Last week it was 1.76 inches. This week it was 1.74 inches. Too.
Would that have taken into account the storms
No.
of 2 nights ago?
No, I've been watching their charts, and they're not putting any rain in. So normally, if they would put the rain in, then
Yeah.
you could see, well, this is how much rain they got, and this is how much you need to subtract from the ET. But our rain is so dang spotty
Yeah, I was gonna
that if it rains at Centennial Airport, it may not have rained at my house.
Yeah,
So I think that's why they've stopped putting rain in,
that's true.
and you
Okay.
just got to kind of figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
But the ET is as if you've had no rain at all.
Okay.
All right? So then if you did get some rain like we did and like you did, then you subtract that amount of rain from the total ET. We got about, I'm going to guess, maybe a quarter of an inch.
In your rainstorm?
Yeah.
Really?
I always estimate on the low side.
Huh.
Because it didn't last very long.
Okay, because they were, Tagawa's got drenched.
Yeah. Oh, we got drenched too. It
Yeah.
filled my water barrel up to overflowing.
Okay.
Yeah. But it maybe only lasted 15 or 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We have part 2 of a call.
Oh, yeah,
a
that's right.
text here to get to.
Part 2
Yep.
for the the oxalis, yes.
Oxalis.
Every summer I spend countless hours pulling this weed, which is oxalis, a clover-looking little weed that has yellow flowers and these little banana-like fruits on them that when they ripen, they explode and they shoot their seeds, as much as 8 feet, or into your eye if you're pulling them.
Stand back.
Do you have any tricks or suggestions on how I might eradicate this weed and not harm my desirables? Hand pulling is clearly not working. And this is from Rob.
Does oxalis, the weed, have that little weird tuber-like thing that oxalis, the shamrock, has?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
It has a rhizome underground where it will
Underground
spread
stem.
underground. It's fairly shallow.
Okay.
And if you do use a trowel or a screwdriver or something like that to make sure you get that rhizome out as you're pulling it, it does have kind of a taproot attached. That will help in the short term.
Yeah.
I don't know of anything that you can spray on. They were showing the picture we saw of the oxalis was in some, it looked like maybe some Scotch moss or iris moss. There's nothing that you can spray on the oxalis that's not going to hurt that plant or any of your other garden plants. Now you can use weed-free zone, fertile and weed-free zone on oxalis in the lawn area. It won't hurt your lawn.
But any broadleaf plant?
Yeah, any ornamental plants. I would not use the weed-free zone near that. So hand pulling is really going to be the only option. But then you also have to keep in mind that more than likely, if you've got that big of a problem, he says it's all over his yard, that's been there for some time, which means you've got quite a bank of seed in the ground.
Yeah.
And that seed will continue to germinate whenever it has the opportunity. And that seed can last in the ground for many years.
So start at the very least by not letting it go to seed.
Correct.
When you see those flowers. I just wonder, and if it's too big of a project, I get it, but not knowing exactly what big is
Mm-hmm.
if you can't get into the painting herbicide on.
Painting, yeah,
Does it
that
work?
would go to the
A lot of work, I know,
a lot of work. It might be worth it.
but not necessarily more work than pulling them.
Not necessarily, no. I wouldn't use the weed-free zone to paint on oxalis in your flower beds because there are vapors
True.
from the weed-free zone that will rise up as it dries, and it can still damage your surrounding plants, even if you don't touch them with it. So the only thing I know of that you could use for painting is the old formulation of Roundup, the glyphosate, which is now, I guess, only available in the high-yield Super Kills All.
Okay.
Because the new formulation of Roundup, I do not like. It's scary.
So you think in getting rid of the worst of the old Roundup, they have made it the new product
Even
something
worse.
that you don't like. Okay.
Right. I mean, I did some research. I'm familiar with the products that are in there. It's a combination of 3 weed killers. And they go into the soil. Roundup did not go into the soil. This has product that goes into the soil and stays there, has a long half-life. And I'm not a fan. They're also known as carcinogens. So, and they were complaining that Roundup was, glyphosate was a carcinogen, so why would they go to another carcinogen? I don't know. But that's just my take on it. You can do your own research and come up with whatever you feel comfortable with. But I'm not comfortable with the new formulation of Roundup.
Is it even still on the market anywhere? The old formula?
Oh, but people may have some still laying around, but
But
you'd
it's
have to
not
look at
sold.
the active ingredient.
It's not sold.
Like I said, some garden centers may still have some left over,
Okay.
and they have a certain number of months or years
To
to
clear.
clear it.
The inventory.
Yeah, so depending on how fast they were selling the Roundup, they might still have some, but you can still buy the glyphosate in the Kills-All, the Super Kills-All, in the high yield brand,
Okay.
and it's that, I think it's still that 41% concentrate, so it goes a long ways.
And you would prefer that to the new Roundup?
I would prefer that, yes, if you have to go that route. And sometimes you have to with bindweed, with thistle, especially Canada thistle, that has those really deep roots that spread underground. You need a systemic to get in there and kill those out. Just pulling them by hand. If you have a small infestation, pulling them by hand on a regular basis will eventually starve out the root system. But if you've got a lot of it, you'll have to go to a systemic.
And given the heat that we're about to face, do not spray any herbicide.
In the heat of the day.
In the heat of the day, it will drift and it will end up on something you had no idea you were treating.
Yeah.
And
So treat in the early morning, treat in the early evening, and when the temperatures are cooler. I don't care what temperature it gets to at 1 o'clock. If you spray in the early morning by 1 o'clock, it's dry, and the temperature is not going to be a problem. But spray during the cool part of the day if you have to spray.
And it should say on the label what your temperature parameter should
Correct,
be.
yeah.
And also, if it's the tiniest little breeze, just don't do it. It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it at all.
Yeah.
Squash, the whole melon family, lilacs are very susceptible to weed killer drift. The stems will twist. I've done this to myself. I've done this to myself, spraying a weed killer with 2,4-D in it, and it drifted over to my zucchini plants, and the next morning all the leaves were upside down, flat on the ground.
Drama.
Yeah, I mean, talk about divas.
Yeah.
Now, they recovered from it. It didn't kill them.
Really?
Yeah.
That does surprise me.
Yeah, but it'll do strange things. It'll cause leaves to have these really weird fan-shaped, almost tentacle-y like leaves, and just
Kinda
weird stuff.
Walking Dead stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so, well, I'm told that we have to take a break, but we do have 3 people on the phone that we'll get to exactly after this. We do need to finish up with this oxalis, too, because I do have a couple of other things to say about it.
Okay.
All right, so stick tuned to the Garden Wise Show. We'll be right back on Legends 810.
If your soil seems tired, plants struggle, or fertilizers just don't seem to work like they should, it might be time to add one of nature's best soil boosters, humic acid granules. Humic acid comes from ancient decomposed plant material, usually leonardite, a natural organic deposit formed over millions of years. Think of it as supercharged compost concentrate. Its main job is to improve soil health. Humic acid helps loosen tight clay soils, improve sandy soils so they hold water better, and it helps plant roots absorb nutrients more efficiently. It's made up of organic humic substances that stimulate microbial life in the soil, and healthy soil microbes mean healthier plants. Use humic acid granules in garden beds, lawns, raised beds, containers, and even around trees and shrubs. Just sprinkle granules onto the soil surface and water them in, or mix them lightly into the top few inches of soil. The result? Stronger roots, better nutrient uptake, improved soil structure, and healthier plants overall. If you want to grow smarter instead of harder, feed the soil first, and humic acid is a great place to start. You'll find Fertilome humic granules at your favorite Fertilome retailer, including Nick's Garden Center in Aurora, Tagawa Garden Center in Centennial, Wilmore Nursery in Littleton. As always, tell them the Garden Wise Guys sent you.
Do you have brown spots in your lawn? It may be a fungus, and Fertilome has a solution for that. Fertilome F-Stop is the strongest fungicide available for homeowners to use. For most fungus problems, F-Stop requires only one application, where most of the competing fungicides require 2 or 3 applications 2 weeks apart. Save money and save time with Fertilome F-Stop. If you don't have a spreader and would prefer a spray, use Fertilome F-Stop in the ready-to-spray bottle. Use the product the professionals use. Try Fertilome F-Stop. Available at the Tree Farm in Longmont, Nick's Garden Center in Aurora, Jared's Nursery in Littleton. To find your closest dealer, go to www.fertilome.com. Be sure to tell them the Garden Wise Guy sent you.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Array of Tree Sale, now through July 14th. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. Choose from flowering trees, fruit trees, evergreen trees, trees for narrow spaces, windbreaks, and privacy screens. Or add color to your yard with ornamental trees, flowering shrubs, perennials, and more. The Array of Tree Sale, now through July 14th. Come see.
You take I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
All right, last but not least, I wanted to mention on this oxalis problem that this caller Rob, or texter Rob has. The positive thing about oxalis is that it's edible.
Okay.
And it's good. It's
so
raw.
It's probably healthy for you.
It's healthy for you as long as the dog wasn't there first, lifting its leg.
Mm-hmm.
But the leaves are delicious. They have a nice tangy flavor. They're great to add to salads.
So you eat them raw or cooked?
No, you eat them raw.
Okay.
Yeah, and just sprinkle them in a salad. It makes a great addition to a salad. As kids, we would go look for it to eat it.
Okay.
And we'd eat whole plants, stems and all.
That explains a lot.
It does, doesn't it?
No. I like it when people have low thrill thresholds.
Yes, no doubt, yeah. So look for that to eat it as well, and then last but not least is to prevent that seed that's in the ground still from coming up.
Very good point.
Mulching your beds will help a lot because the seed does need light to germinate. Mm-hmm. So if you can cut the light source out, a 2-inch layer, doesn't have to be any deeper than that, a 2-inch layer of a good mulch will help with that a lot in your flower beds and so forth, obviously not on the lawn, and a pre-emergent herbicide. That's typically a granule. You can also get it in a spray. I think the most common one on the market that you'll find pretty much anywhere is Preen. And you can get it with or without fertilizer. But Preen will kill the seed as it's germinating.
As long as you don't puncture the soil surface.
Right. Yeah. You want to not be pulling any weeds or planting things after you've put this down. And you can put your mulch on top of that too. It kind of give you a 2-step. But in the lawn, it would help a lot with a pre-emergent in the spring to keep the oxalis from germinating. And then also all you'd have to do is continue to fight the established plants with the liquid weed killer like Weed Free Zone.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Do birds move that, or just the underground rhizomes?
The,
Just oxy-
well, when oxalis produces its fruit, it looks like a little banana sticking up.
Okay.
And when that banana dries, it explodes.
It really does.
It really does. And it'll shoot that seed 8 to 10 feet or right into your face if you're pulling it and it's ripe.
So time-lapse photography is called for here.
So just don't let it go to seed.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
See the
right
flower,
there.
get rid of it.
Don't let it go to seed. Okay, let's get out to the phones. We've got Carol on the line right now. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, guys.
How are
Hey,
you?
It was nice. I'm good, thank you. It was nice to see your garden last, what's that, 2 weeks ago? I enjoyed that.
Yeah. It was nice to see you too. Now I have a face to put with the name and the voice.
That's me. That's
Yeah.
me. Hey, I have I sent a picture, 2 pictures actually, of a rose bush, our roses, that we actually planted that bush 20 years ago, and it's still going, but it's, as you notice, the edges of the leaves have something, some kind of problems, and it starts in the bud phase.
So it's the edges of the petals, not the leaves.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not the leaves, the petals. It's on the petals.
Yeah, and for everybody else listening, we're looking at 2 pictures. One of them is a rose bud that you can see color on, but isn't open yet. And then the other is a couple of open roses in a vase, and with brown edges on what appear to be the outer petals.
The right. The
Yeah,
lower on the flower.
Yeah, lower on the flower. The inner petals seem to be okay. Boy, there's a couple of things that come to mind. There's a disease called botrytis that will it's a fungus that will get on roses and geraniums and that sort of thing if they're wet, and that could be from dew or from a rainstorm or from overhead watering, and that will cause those outer petals to brown and sometimes prevent the flower from opening altogether. They call that bullheading. And also, just the dew on the flower buds themselves in the morning, if the sun hits them directly while they're still wet, that can dehydrate. It doesn't burn them, because that's an old myth. It doesn't burn the flowers or the petals or the leaves. It dehydrates them. And when that happens, then those petals can no longer open normally. And so what I would recommend is, as those buds are opening, just go out there and physically peel off those outer petals that are have that brownish color, so that it allows the rest of the flower to open normally.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. That rose doesn't get any sun until probably 11 o'clock in the morning, and then it gets sun for the rest of the day. It's on the west side of a fence.
Okay. Well, so the dew issue would not be a problem, because by 11 o'clock in the morning it should be dry.
Right.
And also it could be the botrytis issue, but I don't see a disease problem on the pictures that you sent, and I don't see an insect problem. Do you have anything to add,
No,
Luan?
I was surprised. The bud itself looks just kind of like deformed and
a little weak.
Yeah, it almost doesn't look. I can see why it's not opening properly, because it's just kind of like it's been run over.
Yes.
Are you feeding? Are you feeding your roses?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
good.
I am.
All right.
I use Grow Rich.
And when you prune them, when you cut the old flowers off, how far down do you go?
Leaf 5 leaf.
A 5 leaf? Okay. So that should produce a 5 or a 7 leaflet leaf should produce a healthy stem to produce a full-size bud. A lot of times people just prune right underneath the spent flower, and then any growth that comes up is too weak to produce a full-size flower. So
no, I'm aware of the 5 leaf.
Okay, good.
I would be inclined to clip that bud off, or one like it, and take it into Tagawas or Nick's, and have them take the bud apart and just see.
You can look for thrips.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thrips.
Oh, okay.
Thrips are
All
wicked
right.
little things, and
They're
just-
nasty.
Okay.
and they are inclined to deform growth.
Yes.
So-
Okay.
And-
And this has
and-
been doing this for the
Yeah.
last 3 or 4 years. So,
Oh.
yeah, it's not new.
Yeah.
The western flower thrip is one of our native
Yeah.
insects, and they fly, and they do like new growth, but they particularly like flowers.
Yeah.
The open
Okay.
the buds and
Juicier
flowers.
growth.
Yeah. So yeah, I would take it in.
Yeah.
That's something that there's no way we could see them because they're so small
Of course.
on these photographs.
The
Of
garden
course.
expert people can see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know
Okay.
it.
They
They're
know what
so
to look for.
tiny. It's
They
like
are.
almost a milky white, semi-invisible little cigar.
And
shape.
some of them are
Okay.
practically clear.
Yeah.
Or have a real light green tint. They're different colors, but
Okay.
that
I
could be
would-
another issue there too.
And then let us know.
Okay.
So if they
Okay.
are
Yeah.
thrips, you'll need to use a systemic insecticide on a regular basis to get rid of them because
Okay.
they're pesky little buggers.
Do you have any open space
Okay.
nearby?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. About 20 feet from there is
Yeah.
the fence that goes all along the back of our yard, and it is open space.
That's
Yeah.
where they'd be coming from.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I have the
we
same
get
problem.
So many lovely things from that open space.
No doubt.
If it is thrips, so next year, how is she proactive? Systemic.
Before
now?
the plant even leaves out, you can start with a soil applied systemic granule.
Next spring.
Yeah, but you can start now too.
With
Yeah.
for the rest of
Sure.
this summer.
Yeah. Use a
okay.
rose food with a systemic, or you can. I prefer the liquid spray.
Okay.
The liquid spray systemic, because you can apply that as needed. With the fertilizer, you're kind of limited on how frequently you can use it because you don't want to put too much fertilizer down. But with the liquid systemic, you can apply more frequently, and it goes into the plant much more quickly.
It just looks like thrips damage to me. They
Does
just
it?
mangle stuff.
They do. Gladiolas are the worst.
It's just like
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we planted this rose like this. It's 20 years old.
Yeah.
And we planted it as a white rose, and it was a white rose for 4 or 5 years. Then it gradually turned very pale pink, and now you see the color that it is. And the wonderful thing about this rose is that it has the old rose odor or the smell. The
Okay.
fragrance. It
Yeah.
still has, it's the best smelling rose. Oh my goodness. It's worth looking at those funny leaves for the fragrance that it provides.
Just take
Okay.
that sample and make
Okay.
sure that it's very fresh. So
I will take that.
In
I
a
can take
Ziploc
that
bag.
in today.
yeah.
In
yeah,
a
we don't
Ziploc
want your
baggie.
thrips.
Yeah.
Sure. Right. Don't want to spread it around.
Please not.
Quick question. I have Boston fern that are on the side of the house that is now getting too much sun, and they're burning. Is it too late in the season to move them?
Oh no, Boston fern's in a pot, right?
No, it's in the ground.
Oh, a Boston fern. Well,
Yeah.
hold on. This music means I got to take a break, but we'll come back and finish
Okay.
this up, okay? Stick
Thanks.
around there, Carol, okay? All right. That music means we have to take a break at the top of the hour. It's a very short break. We'll come back and finish with Carol. Then we've got Darlene and Michael on the line. We need to talk about a number of different things. Virginia creeper and a product question from Michael. Several text messages as well. So, yeah, we've got a lot to go over. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
We do.
We do. So, stick tuned. You're listening to the Garden Wise Show. This is Legends 810. We'll be back in just a minute. Go get yourself a nice, fresh cup of coffee.
This is KLVZ, 810 AM and HD, Brighton, Denver. KLVZ FM, 94.3 and 95.3. Streaming at legends953.com.
Welcome to the Garden Wise Show with Colorado's most knowledgeable and entertaining garden experts with host Keith Funk, the Garden Wise Guy. Get ready for gardening tips that you can use right now. New plants, hot products, and the latest from horticultural science. The phone lines are open, so call into the Legend Studio now. 303-477-2473. That's 303-477-2473. Or text your questions and photos to 303-477-2473. 303-477-5600. That's 303-477-5600. On the air since 1994, Keith and his guests have been answering your questions about gardening in the high-altitude desert of the Colorado Front Range. And now, here's your host, Keith Funk, the Garden Wise Guy.
All right, we are back to the Garden Wise Show, and Carol is on the line with us right now. Carol, you want to go ahead and repeat your question?
Right. I have some Boston fern that I planted on the east side of the house, but and they've been in there several years, and they seem to be getting they've kind of moved. They've moved in the yard to a little bit different spot, and they're getting too much sun, and they're burning. And so I'm wanting to know if I can move them over to a shady area, or is it too late?
Yeah, I don't believe they're Boston ferns, though, because Boston ferns aren't hardy here.
Okay.
It's probably, if you said that they moved, I imagine it's ostrich fern, and because ostrich ferns do move around. So I would go ahead and dig up a nice big root ball, and move them quickly and get them in the ground.
Have the hole pre-dug.
Yeah, get the hole pre-dug where you're going to put them.
Do it in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, evening is a perfect day to do it.
Water them well before you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you go to wherever to get your little rosebud analyzed, take a sample so you know what your fern is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're hard to identify. They are hard to identify.
They look like Boston ferns, but I don't know what they are. They've just been there a long time. Just one last question. We have drip systems, we have regular watering, and then we have these small sprays that are on, the lines are small, the heads are small. Do those get to count as the drip sprays that I can water anytime?
No.
Or those, come on, I want to hear that.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're spraying water into the air. And that's what Denver Water wants to avoid, is water being sprayed into the air.
They're about 12 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the same things, Carol. They're called micro sprays, or micro jets, and I prefer them to drip irrigation myself.
I do too.
Because it waters the entire root ball area, and rather than just in one spot where a dripper might be. So
I agree.
I prefer them over drip, but they would still be considered like overhead sprinkler systems twice a week.
Okay, so I've got a large bed that I have those in, so how would you recommend watering those? Because I know hand watering is not all that effective. Or
it's hard. Yeah, hand watering takes so much time to do it effectively. I don't think I'll get arrested for saying this, but cheat.
They run at night.
Yeah. But it's just, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's a bed of flowers that it's large. It's 25 by 5, and it's my real showpiece in my yard, and I don't want to lose it.
Is it mulched?
Yes, it is, with gorilla hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What if she laid them down and they weren't going into the air? I know, and that's kind of for one summer only.
Yeah.
Hopefully, turn them into drip.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't.
We can't advocate that you break the law, but we feel your pain. We feel your pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I guess I'll just try to, and when you're gone for a few days, you can't just ignore them.
Right.
Well, they run at 3:00 in the morning, and I guess I'll just try to not get a ticket.
I don't think anybody will be watching at 3:00 in the morning.
Right.
You can always call us from jail.
Okay.
Denver Water Jail. Yeah, right.
Well, we're in Douglas County.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very good.
And Keith, now you know what I look like, so you can come get me.
I'll recognize you when I come bail you out.
Right. Thank you.
Good luck.
All right. Thanks for calling.
As always. Thank you guys so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, let's go out and talk to Darlene and see what's going on with her Virginia creeper. Good morning, Darlene.
Good morning. I'm trying to get rid of the Virginia creeper.
Okay, yeah. And tell us about where it's growing and how long it's been in the ground and what the problem is.
The problem is the Virginia creeper is aggressive, doing its thing that it's designed to do.
Creeping.
I want it to go away.
You want it to go away?
I want to get rid of it permanently, and there's a lot of it. It stretches the length of the house.
Okay. And you can locate the, at the ground level, you can locate where it's coming out of the ground?
Several places.
Okay.
Many places.
So what I recommend, number one, well, let's see, it's growing onto the house? Is that what it's growing on?
Up by the foundation, up under the fitting, and it's over a rail fence, pulling down the fence, and it's growing into the road as well.
You're breaking up on us. I only hear little bits and pieces.
All right, it's growing up the foundation and under the siding, and it's growing into the road.
Okay.
All right. There's a product on the market called Fertilome Brush and Stump Killer. And that's probably the most effective way you're going to be able to get rid of it by pulling it off the house and pulling it into a pile and spraying the pile. Don't cut it off at the roots yet, but pulling it into a pile as best you can and spraying that pile of foliage until it dies. Then cutting it off at the ground and treating the stumps with the same product.
I can do that. And do you recommend anything else to plant that would have good fall color? The neighbors have all said, "Oh, but it's so pretty in the fall."
Oh, good fall color. Well, Boston ivy is the same relative. It's going to act the same way. You don't.
Yeah, I'm okay with a shrub because I just don't think anything viney I'm going to be able to keep up with.
Yeah, so more of a shrub, like a burning bush, or a 9-bark has nice fall color.
That's a nice plant.
Yeah. Even sumac, but then they're going to send up suckers.
Yeah.
So, 9-bark, burning bush. Those are two of my favorites for nice fall color.
Okay, thank you.
And barberry.
Which is a little water thirsty, isn't it?
Yeah, especially to get it established. But once it's established, it's pretty durable. How much sun does this area get?
A lot.
A lot. Okay, so burning bush and 9-bark. And there are lots of varieties of 9-bark out there that have colorful foliage during the summer, and then you get a different color in the fall. So you get more than one season out of it. Plus the 9-bark blooms in the spring. So there's 3 seasons out of one plant.
Oh, I think that's so much better than the Virginia creeper.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck. Send a picture when it's thriving.
Thank you.
All right, and the different varieties that have different colors also have different growing heights. So you want to kind of get into your mind how tall you want this plant to eventually grow, and then pick a variety that's appropriate to that size, rather than getting one that was, if you want it to grow 4 feet and you buy one that grows 8 feet, then you're constantly having to hack at it.
And look at the width, too, if you're planting next to a fence. You don't want it to have a 3-sided plant.
Yeah. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks for calling, Darlene. All righty. So I wanted to let me try this again. I want to remind everyone that I do have a website now. For 30-some years, Jim and I did not have a website. We didn't think we needed one, but for some reason now I think I do, I guess. So I'd like to invite everyone to go to gardenwiseguy.com. That's my website. gardenwiseguy.com. I'm putting all kinds of great information, gardening tips, breaking gardening myths, plant profiles, some of my favorite plants and how to grow them and why to grow them. I have a newsletter you can sign up for that's free that will come to you. So, and you can also, there's a link there on the website that you can listen to the Garden Wise show live right now, just by clicking the link on the website. Or listen to the podcasts on the website.
That's true. Or on Podbean.
Yeah, or on Podbean, or actually our podcasts are going out onto, I think it's 17 different podcast platforms now.
Okay.
So in a bunch of different countries, oddly enough, all the way down to Australia.
And all you have to do is send us your favorite national dish so that we can acknowledge you appropriately.
So I'd love for you to check out my website and leave any comments. You can ask questions on the website that I will answer. Actually, I do answer them. That's gardenwiseguy.com. That's all you have to put in there, gardenwiseguy.com. And having said all of that, I think we have a next caller is Michael out in Denver. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Keith. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine, yes.
Awesome. Well, it's so good to be with you and Luan this morning. Thank you so much for your... absolutely. Thank you so much for your amazing and magical show every week, too. It's
I love that.
Resource.
I love that. Thank you. I'm going to use that clip.
Absolutely. And real quick, are you guys on Facebook Live right now? Because I did check, and I don't think I saw any stream up, but I was just wondering...
Let me look on my phone real quick here, and I should be able to tell you. We were, absolutely. Facebook.
While he's doing that, why don't you go ahead with your question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Double dip here.
Yeah, I saw a commercial for something recently. It's called Eat Cleaner, and it's something that you spray on your fruits and vegetables when you get them out of your garden. And it's actually billed as a patented all-natural produce wash and life extender designed to remove up to 99.9% of pesticides, wax, and foodborne bacteria like E. coli and salmonella from fruits and vegetables. And yeah, I was just wondering if you've heard anything about this product and if you know of any similar type of products that you would recommend to, spray on your fruits and vegetables that you're taking out of your garden before you eat them, obviously.
You know, I know that there are a number of them out there. Mm-hmm. I don't know the efficacy of them. I really haven't paid any attention. I just use water to rinse my own homegrown stuff.
I'd be curious what the ingredient, the most active ingredient is.
I know a lot of people just use regular white vinegar and water to rinse their vegetables and that sort of thing. But no, I'm not familiar with that product, Michael. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I just was watching, it was a commercial on Fox News earlier, and it looked interesting. I just wanted to see if you guys had heard anything about that. But if water does the same thing, in essence, it sounds like, either one is, good to go as far as what to use.
Well, typically water will take care of most anything except wax. Mm-hmm. And I do know that some fruits come from the market. The first one that comes to mind is apples. Many times are waxed.
Waxed cucumbers just give me the heebie-jeebies.
I peel them.
I don't.
You don't peel them?
No.
Oh, okay. My garden cucumbers, I leave the peeling on. Yeah. But if I buy them from the store, I peel them before I use them. And you could do the same with apples, or you could just use very warm water will help get some of that wax off.
I soap them.
Soap them?
Yeah.
Do you think soap works on wax?
Yeah, it breaks down.
It breaks down? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's where the vinegar comes in my mind. It's kind of an acid that will break into that wax layer. Yeah. But like a 10% solution of vinegar and water is what I usually hear from organic gardeners and that sort of thing.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time and help today. Invaluable, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Thank you for calling this morning. All righty. Let's see. We've got to take a break, and we'll come back, and we're going to talk to Jolene and John. No problem there. We also have a couple of text messages we need to take care of from Ron and Judy. So stick tuned. We've got lots to talk about coming up here on the Garden Wise Show, Legends 810.
It's like the difference between soft, gentle rain and a monsoon.
That's how I compare the effect of a dram rain wand on plants to the hard blast of a typical spray nozzle attachment to your garden hose. Water flows through 400 tiny holes in the dram rain wand's soft shower nozzle to bathe and refresh your plants, not damage them or wash away soil. Its handy-reach handle has a 60-degree bend and conveniently extends to more distant garden rows and hanging baskets. And there's a fingertip shutoff valve. No wonder professional growers in the greenhouses and nurseries use dram watering tools. Today, there are imitators, but nothing matches the superior quality of the original, invented over 50 years ago. They're simply the best. Dram watering tools are available at Tagawa Gardens in Centennial, Nick's Garden Center in Aurora, and Jared's Garden Center in Littleton.
Soil moist granules are a non-toxic water-storing polymer product that keeps your plants hydrated twice as long. Every morning you water your hanging baskets, vegetables, and flower beds, and by evening they're dry again. Soil moist polymer crystals mix into your potting soil and encourage absorption, cutting your watering in half. They absorb water like a sponge, then slowly release it as your soil dries out. That means less watering for you and more consistent moisture at the root level, right where plants need it. Ideal for hanging baskets, planters, flower beds, and even vegetables, Soil Moist reduces transplant shock, improves soil texture, and lasts for seasons. It's non-toxic, degradable, and environmentally friendly. Just hydrate the granules before mixing them into your soil and let Soil Moist do the hard part for you. Find Soil Moist at your favorite independent garden center or learn more at soilmoist.com.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Array of Tree Sale, now through July 14th. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. Save 25 to 45% on thousands of 3 to 8-year-old shade and flowering trees. Choose from honey locust, linden, maple, oak, flowering crabapple, serviceberry, willow, and more. And save big on thousands of shrubs and perennials. The Array of Tree Sale. Come see.
You take I-25 to exit 235. Then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Are we really approaching the last week of June? Yes, we are. But if you're a little behind on a few of the gardening projects you had in mind, not to worry. Tagawa Garden still has lots of beautiful plants to make your landscape come alive. This is Luan Akin, Tagawa's garden ambassador. The bones of any good landscape are the trees and shrubs. We know that well at Tagawa's. That's why everything in our large and well-stocked nursery is 20% off through this coming Friday. All of Tagawa's roses are also 20% off. And you might be surprised that even now, in the early days of summer, we still have fresh, beautiful annuals all 30% off. Herbs are 30% off too. Today's free classes start at 10:30 with Roxanne, a longtime member of Tagawa's perennial staff. She'll be explaining the ins and outs of high-altitude gardening. It's great information for both foothills and mountain gardeners. At 12:30, it's all about growing happy, healthy roses. Dave Ingram of the Denver Rose Society cares for 200 roses himself. He'll be showing you that maintaining a beautiful rose garden really isn't as complicated as you might think. And at 2:30, Ron, one of Tagawa's garden advisors, will focus on lawn care, specifically the challenges of patching problem spots, dealing with lawn pests, and watering during our drought. Whether you're planting, learning, or just coming in to be in your happy place, we are Tagawa's, your garden store, and so much more.
Alrighty, we are back to the Garden Wise Show. We were just talking about butterflies.
Yeah.
And miller moths.
The miller moths.
Yeah. And cutworms.
As Clouseau would say.
Yeah.
Mirths.
Well, I just remember as a kid there were so many monarchs and other butterflies, viceroys and all sorts of admirals and morning cloaks and the little skippers and all that sort of thing. Yeah, just
fritillaries.
So many of them, and we just don't see that anymore. Yeah. But I do see more swallowtails, the tiger swallowtails, the yellow and black ones. I see more of those this year than I have in a long time.
And if you see this beautiful caterpillar, it stripes with black, and I think it's black, yellow, and turquoise. It's very pretty, and it's chowing down on things like parsley and dill and stuff.
Fennel.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Because that's your swallowtail.
That is. Exactly. Okay. So have a few sacrificial plants for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're just so pretty to look at. All right. We've got a very special guest on the line right now. we talked about Japanese beetles already starting to show up
Right.
in the Denver metro area, and we have the leading expert in the universe.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say planet.
In the
but
universe.
I'm sure he'll
yeah.
accept universe.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, Keith. Good morning. Is that Jolene?
It's Luan.
Luan.
Oh, Luan. Hey, Luan. How you doing?
I'm very well, sir. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. So, universe, huh?
Yeah. Might as well
Yeah.
expand it. We could say galaxy as far as that goes.
Yeah. Exactly.
I heard they're going to collect some JB on the moon when they land there.
I wouldn't
You
be
might-
surprised. Honest to God.
Yeah. Who knows? Well, I checked the growing degree days model there at Colorado State this morning, and you're past that 1,000 number, I think, as of last week. So yeah, those Japanese beetle adults will be emerging at this point in time. So,
We've got some people calling in last weekend for the first time saying that they've already seen them. I haven't seen them show up in my yard, so I'm just going to think positively and manifest that they will not appear in my yard this year.
there you go. That's the way to do it.
But if they do, what should people be prepared to use?
Well, we do recommend Beetle Gone. It's working well out there. We if you order it, we'll send you some use directions and 2 to 4 ounces in a gallon of water. Shake it up. You can spray it with pump sprayers. You can even spray it with your let's say laundry room bottle sprayers, those simple sprayers, and you go full coverage on the plants you're trying to protect. And then with the rose enthusiasts out there, they actually were the first ones to talk about adding rose fertilizer to the Beetle Gone mix, and what they were finding was the product was sticking a little better to the leaves and foliage for a longer period of time, and then they were fertilizing the roses at the same time. So
that would have
to be
that would have to be a liquid rose food. Is there any particular one involved?
That's right. That's right. You know, I'm having a senior moment here. I'd name it, but the brand's escaping my brain at the moment. So
Is it Neptune's Harvest?
There you go, Neptune's Harvest.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's a nice looking label. I shouldn't forget that one. But yeah, that's in our use directions, and we recommend that mix for roses for sure. And basically, you if you have a very, very heavy infestation, you probably would want to spray every week or so. If it's not too heavy, you could stretch it out for 2 weeks. What happens is the active ingredient is a protein, so UV light will break it down, and that's why you need to reapply it every week or two.
And one of the most important things to mention about Beetle Gone is that it's non-toxic to all of our beneficials.
That's right. Yeah, I heard you just talking about butterflies, and you're seeing a lot of species. You don't see them as often these days, and that's unfortunate. Those pretty little bugs. But no tox to butterflies, bees, ladybugs even. And, of course, we were very happy about that. And, so perfectly safe to use Beetle Gone and spray it when, beneficials or pollinators are foraging.
Yeah. And I think one of the best times to spray is probably in the late afternoon or evening, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you just, exactly. Morning, you might, you guys are very arid climate, so you're probably not going to have much dew on the leaves and that sort of thing from overnight. But we do recommend that you spray in evening or late afternoon. You'll have less issues with any dampness on the leaves. But talking about the stickability here, our product does have stickers in it.
Good.
Natural stickers, so it does stick to foliage, whether you're using a Neptune's Harvest fertilizer or not. So it's a good product. It works well.
It sure does. I've used it myself. I've used it on my pole beans. For some reason, Japanese beetles will attack my pole beans and they won't touch my bush beans.
Wow. That's interesting.
I don't know if it's a situation where they like to feed a certain number of feet off the ground. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is, but
those pole beans taste pretty good to them, I guess.
well, yeah, I guess, but they're after the very tops. You know, the youngest growth. They don't care about the beans themselves. They don't care about the flowers. They're after the leaves and the new tendrils that are at the top. And
wow, that's interesting.
It's irritating.
Yeah. No, there's different species of beetles that feed little bit different ways. You know, the rose chafers, you don't have those there yet. They're kind of really up in the upper Midwest. They really go after the flowers.
Yeah.
Over the foliage. So
Okay.
that's a different, very closely related beetle, but it's different.
It's different, but the same product works on it.
Yeah, the same product works. Yeah, this product and this active ingredient protein works on all scare beetles.
And it's
So
very
it's different
specific.
from milky spore in that way. Yeah, milky spore is only the grubs of Japanese beetle. You have to have it down year after year for at least 2-3 years with 3 applications. That's by their marketing and use directions. But you're only going to control the grubs, Japanese beetles specifically, grubs with milky spore, whereas ours will control all the grubs of scare beetles and the adults as well.
See, I think that's just amazing. And it's a label for organic gardening, so you don't have to worry about using it in your vegetable garden. I think I've asked you this before, and I don't remember what you told me. Is it effective on hollyhock weevils or any kind of weevil?
Sure, yeah. In the weevil group of weevils, that super family, let's say, that's comprised of thousands of different species, and so we basically we've seen it very good performance against a number of families of beetles. Plum curculio, just alfalfa weevil, and turfgrass, bluegrass weevil. So a whole lot of different weevils, strawberry root weevil.
Oh, good.
A whole lot of different types of weevils. So it's really, you got to test it, you got to spray it, and the tough part about the weevils is their life cycles tend to be very complicated. They may not be foraging in the ground, let's say, like the grubs typically do in the root zone. The weevils might be in the crowns of the plants. And so if you're doing a drench, you don't want to over-drench the product. You want to make sure, there's product in the crown of the plant and also the roots. So it's a little more sophisticated, and you really have to pay attention with those weevils. A little more complicated to control, but yeah, the beetle gun and the grub gun do control a lot of different types of weevils.
Well, I grow a lot of hollyhocks, and I see these stupid little weevils up there in the flowers, especially in the new buds that haven't opened, and then they damage the buds, and then the flowers, even if they even open, are all crippled and ugly looking. And I've used the beetle gun on them, and it does seem to be effective.
Oh, okay. I was going to say we'll shoot you a free bag, and you let us know how your little field trial goes in your yard.
Well, shoot me a free bag anyway.
All right. So on the hollyhock weevil, so they get inside the bud of the flower. Is that
no? They pierce. They pierce the buds when they're small, and I guess suck the sap out of them or something. And a lot of times the buds just fall off.
Yeah.
And so you don't get any flowers. And
that sounds pretty common.
It's very irritating.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, if you see the bugs crawling around, that's a good time to get them.
Yep.
Because the bugs, the target pests have to eat the product to be effective. Sometimes when those weevils are inside, the plant, it's pretty tough to get to them. This
is the adult, and it's on the outside of the plant, so it's very easy to spot.
Okay.
They're quite small. They're about the size of an aphid, a large aphid, but you can always see them at the tops of the spikes of the hollyhocks, and so they're very easy to get with a contact spray. And
we're pretty confident if it works against. It works against the beetle gun works very well against a lot of different adult weevils. We've done a lot of testing on bluegrass weevil, and That's really a turf pest. But 4 or 5 generations of summer, so it really turns over, and we see very good control on the adults with the beetle gone, and very good control on the larvae with the beetle gone and the grub gone. And that kind of reminds me that beetle gone's a very versatile product. So at the end of the season, if you have some left over, you've gone after the adults. The adults have disappeared underground to lay eggs. You can spray that beetle gone on soil in your garden. Or on turf or your lawns to go after those grubs as well.
Yeah, because there'll be a new crop of grubs coming up this fall then, right?
Yeah, they start hatching out. You'll see those beetles, if you're using that model, you'll see the beetles disappear when the number gets around 2,100, and they disappear. Whatever the beetles are that are around, they'll disappear, go right into the soil or the turf, probably where you're watering. Taking care of your lawn and garden. They'll go in there, lay eggs, and a few weeks later, new grubs hatch out. And that's actually a very good time to target the grubs or larvae, because they're the most susceptible to any of the products at that point in time. It's usually late July, early August, depending on what the model is forecasting. And the beetle gone works very well on those first instar, let's say, new hatchling grubs.
And it's going to last a good couple of months or more in the ground once you've put it down.
Yeah, entirely different situation in the soil profile. The active ingredient protein lasts for about 2.5 months, and we've tested that, so we know the longevity in the soil profile.
There you
with
go.
That protein.
Well, I just want everybody to know that you'll find both beetle gone and grub gone at your local independent garden center. You won't find it at the big box stores. It's at the independent, and it's available all over town. I've been to a number of nurseries. I know Tagawa's has it,
Absolutely.
Nick's, Wilmore, Jared's, all the garden centers you're familiar with, they're going to have this product. So don't hesitate to stop by and pick some up. Be prepared, because the adults are coming out now. And John, I really appreciate your call and giving us all your wisdom.
You bet, Keith. You bet, Luan. Have a nice weekend. All right?
Take care.
Hey, you too. Bye-bye, buddy.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, we're a little late for a break. Let's go do that. We'll be back to talk to Jolene and John on the phone as soon as we get back from this quick break here on the Garden Wise Show, Legends 810.
Well, summer is in full swing now, and look who's back. Those nasty Japanese beetles, and they're ready to wreak havoc on your garden.
If you're looking to successfully control Japanese beetles without damaging the environment, look no further than Beetle Gone. From Phylum Bioproducts, derived from a naturally occurring soil bacteria, Beetle Gone is the only organic solution that successfully controls those destructive beetle invaders. Just mix the powder with water and spray on your plants. Once ingested, they stop feeding and die. And since it's an organic BT product, rest assured it's a safe choice to use on your fruits and veggies in addition to your ornamental flowers and trees.
Not only does Beetle Gone work on adult Japanese beetles, it is completely safe to use around beneficials such as ladybugs, butterflies, and bees, and has no issues with water toxicity. Beetle Gone from Phylum Bioproducts. Target the pest and not the rest.
Gardening in Colorado always comes with its challenges, but Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center is here to help. If your flower beds, vegetable gardens, or patio pots are unfinished, there's still time to create the garden you've been dreaming about this season. While it may be too late for a few vegetables, beans, cucumber, squash, and more can still be planted successfully. Jared still has a great selection of fresh bedding plants, along with experienced, friendly staff ready to help you get growing. And for instant color and beauty, be sure to check out their patio pots and hanging baskets. Japanese beetles are beginning to appear, and Jared's has several solutions to help control them. They also carry products to protect ash trees from the emerald ash borer, now found in the Denver area. If bugs, diseases, or other garden problems are getting the upper hand, stop by and talk with the experts at Jared's. Their goal is to help you enjoy your best gardening season ever and create the beautiful landscape you've always wanted. The staff at Jared's would also like to thank our veterans and active military members for their service and sacrifice. Happy birthday, America, and enjoy the Independence Day weekend. Jared's Nursery Gift and Garden Center, family-owned and serving Colorado for 48 years, is located at 10500 West Bowles Avenue Open Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 and weekends from 9 to 5.
Is your landscape ready for a tough season ahead? At Twin Oaks Tree Experts, we know healthy plants start with the basics: proper pruning, deep root watering, and expert fertilization for your trees and shrubs. And for your lawn, we've got you covered with smart mowing, precise fertilization, and efficient irrigation to keep it green and thriving. But it all begins with the right plant in the right place. Ask us about xeriscaping and native plants, beautiful, water-wise solutions designed for Colorado living. Stress trees attract pests, and this year, stress levels are high. Twin Oaks specializes in pest and disease control, protecting your landscape from threats like emerald ash borer, pine beetle, Japanese beetles, mites, fire blight, scale, and canker. Serving the community since 1998, our internationally certified arborists are your one-stop shop for everything your trees and plants need. Call or text 720-263-2337 or schedule online at twinoaksusa.com. Twin Oaks Tree Experts, helping your landscape thrive season after season.
Don't miss the Tree Farms Array of Tree Sale now through July 14th. Save up to 35% on thousands of evergreen trees in all sizes. Choose from arborvitae, upright juniper, Austrian pine, Bosnian pine, mugo pine, limber pine, blue, spruce, Serbian spruce, and more. And huge savings on thousands of shrubs and perennials. The Array of Tree Sale. Come see.
I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
All right, we are back to the Garden Wise Show. I got to straighten out my headset here so I look decent.
Purdy. I should look purdy.
Purdy. Yeah. Well, and we've got Jolene waiting to talk to us. Good morning, Jolene.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm just doing great. And yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. We just had a nice little rainstorm, so that was nice.
Oh, cool.
But I've planted 3 trees since I moved here, and I have a nice little apple tree. Well, last winter I didn't have enough wire to cover it, so it's got a lot of deer damage where they chewed off the ends of the leaves and things. I just don't know what to do with it. I tried to fertilize it, and then I thought I'd just let it be for a while.
Well, let's see. Here would be North Dakota, right?
Yeah, North Dakota, yeah.
Yeah. So
a lot of them.
The only thing I could suggest you do, you could get a repellent. And typically, it's going to be a taste repellent rather than an odor repellent. And you can spray the foliage. You can use something like Plant Skid, or one of the better ones that's out there right now is Epic Deer Scram. There's also Liquid Fence, which is a liquid. I like the liquids for deer because you can spray it up in the area where the deer are foraging rather than the granules that are going to be on the ground, and fairly ineffective against deer, but really good for rabbits.
Oh, yeah. I don't have problems with rabbits, but I do have a lot of deer. And I also have a linden and a flatwings maple that I had those screened so they don't have any damage, but I think I'm going to have to keep the screens on all of them too.
Yeah, if you can put a fence around it far enough out from the plant that they can't reach over the fence to chew, that will deter them also. But any broken branches, that sort of thing, I would clip off. But other than that, I would leave Mother Nature to its own and let the plant regenerate.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. Just clip off the broken ones. I didn't see any broken, but just a lot of chewing.
Yeah.
All the leaves are gone on the tips.
Yeah. Well, sometimes the babies will go in there and they'll grab a hold of something and they're not strong enough to pull it off, and so they leave a broken branch behind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's in a little bit of a fence, so it's just the branches that are reaching over that fence.
Gotcha.
That got damaged.
Yeah.
So the little ones can't get in too close.
All right. That sounds good.
And just
thank you so very much. Have a
One
wonderful
thought.
day.
Just one thought, and I've learned this from experience. If the deer are hungry, they'll eat anything.
They'll eat anything.
Absolutely
That's right.
anything. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like my
Yeah.
Fitzers, they eat my Fitzers.
Yeah, I've seen them eat mugo pines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Really?
yeah, if they get hungry enough,
Yeah. Which
you
is
know,
usually late winter, although with the drought.
yeah, with the drought that can make it be earlier.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so very much. It's great to be able to hear you up here as well.
All right. Well, thanks for calling, Jolene.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, deer. I don't think there's any such a thing as a deer-proof plant other than something you might buy from Hobby Lobby.
Unless it's inside a 8-foot fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
only deer-proof
Oh,
because of the fence.
Yeah. Or synthetic silk or
Silk, yeah.
plastic
Or plastic. And even those, they'll
they'll try them out.
They'll try them out,
and
yeah.
Go pooey.
And the hard thing, the bad thing about deer, especially on newly planted things, is they bite and pull.
Mhm.
And so newly planted things, they'll pull completely
All
out
the
of the
way out.
ground.
All the way out.
And then just leave them there.
Oh, the reason I have an 8-foot fence around my garden, which used to be a horse workout arena,
Uh-huh.
right, is because the deer would come in and they'd take one tomato and they leave that little smile mark with their teeth, and then they'd spit it out, and then they'd go to another tomato,
Oh,
and they'd take it and they'd spit it out, and it's like, if you want it, eat it.
Yeah.
But
Don't waste it.
Yeah, so Skip was golfing a lot at the time. I said, you get golf, I need an 8-foot fence.
All
It's
right.
fair.
That's fair.
But I don't have an HOA, so.
Yeah, that
out
makes a
in the
difference.
boondocks, yeah.
Either that or a big dog.
I have
Well,
four.
you have 4.
I have 3
You have
and a peanut.
And a peanut.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, Luan did show me a picture of her new garden area. And how many raised beds was it? Was it 8?
There are 8 that are 29 inches tall, I think, 4 by 8. 8 of those, 29 inches tall.
Of the corrugated stainless steel or
yeah, the metal.
galvanized metal? Yeah.
And then as soon as I harvest my garlic beds, which will be coming up in 2-3 weeks,
Yeah,
maybe,
probably.
then I have the short 15-inch beds to replace the 2 garlic beds.
Okay.
So.
And then it's all gravelled in between so that
Mhm,
you have a nice even surface to
3/4
walk
inch
on.
gravel, yeah.
Yeah. It looks great, and the plants look very happy.
I think they're I think they're happy. But I have, as one caller had earlier, I'm right next. We have a prairie, a
Yeah.
pasture,
Uh-huh.
and those thrips just come and just all of a sudden, and the damage occurs so fast.
It does.
And the leaves are curled and mangled. It almost looks like fungicide damage.
Or weed
sometimes.
killer, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, herbicide damage.
Yeah.
So that's why get that rosebud to the garden store.
Yeah.
And see what you got, because thrips fly, but I'm hoping that they don't feel as welcome.
That's one of the reasons that I do not summer any of my orchids outside.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring them in.
And you're nowhere near a prairie.
I'm nowhere near. Well, I'm near some open space
How far away?
across the street. Little Dry Creek or Big Dry Creek.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
okay,
right across the street.
Right.
And then the walking trails and that sort of thing. So, anyway, thrips can be an issue, and they love to feed on flowers.
Mm-hmm.
The actual flower, not just the plant, but the flower itself.
Yeah.
So, we've got John waiting to talk to us out
Patiently
there,
waiting.
patiently waiting. Good morning, John.
Good morning. I've got a question. I started off in the beginning of June with a begonia plant, a beautiful hanging begonia plant.
Sure.
It lasted a few weeks. One day I went out and it just looked like hell. It just was droopy, looked bad. I figured, well, maybe I need more water. Put water on it. It's not coming back. It looks horrible. I'm really frustrated. Are begonias, what are they susceptible to, or what could be going on?
Well, I find that
Where do you have it growing, John?
Where do I have it growing?
What kind of light exposure and such?
Well, I get morning sun, not much, and then mostly afternoon in the shade.
And are you sure that the container you said it's a hanging basket?
The hanging basket, but it has plenty of holes in the bottom, so it's not getting root rot or any of that. It's draining, but I mean, it was like overnight. It looks fine, and then overnight it just looked like something happened.
I would take it down and poke around in there, see what the roots,
Could it could it come back? Or, I mean, is that trash bin worthy at this point?
Not yet. I mean,
Yeah, you might be able to just cut it back to some, if there are any healthy leaves left, cut it back to the healthy leaves. And just make sure you don't overwater it. When you do water it thoroughly so that the water really soaks the root ball. And sometimes it's a problem with hanging baskets because if they ever do get, even just once, too dry, the soil shrinks away from the side of the basket. And then you're watering it, and all of a sudden all the water runs out the bottom, and you think you've done a good job of watering, when in actuality the water just ran down that gap between the pot and the soil and out the bottom and never really soaked the soil. So that's one thing to always check when you're watering containers is whether the soil is still all the way to the sides, or if it has shrunk a little bit. Then you'd have to put it into a saucer of water or a bucket of water and let it soak for a little bit before you hang it back up.
Well, the leaves on this thing look okay, but it's the flowers. I mean, there's no flowers anymore. There are buds, but no flowers.
Okay.
It just looks sick. I don't know how else to describe it.
Are you feeding it?
I have fed it, yes.
How often?
Like every maybe 8 days, 10 days.
Okay, that should be adequate.
Are the stems rubbery at all? Are they still nice and
that I don't know. I couldn't answer that.
I would take it down and get some research on this.
Yeah.
I would look at it up close and personal rather than just...
I gotta say, guys, gardening is fine, but it's very frustrating.
It can be.
You know, when you buy plants at a nursery and they look wonderful, and then you take them home and a few weeks later they look like heck. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I really would encourage you to take that down and put it on a table or some kind of surface where you can look at it, see how, because even though begonias like it moist, they don't like it soggy. So you really need to know what's going on underneath, inside the soil there.
Yeah, if you could send us a picture, text us a picture of it, that would help too.
Okay, well, I might try to do that. All right, folks, thank you.
Good luck.
All right, we got to hit a break, and then we'll be right back here on the Garden Wise Show on Legends 810.
Spring planting time is here, and Nick's Garden Center is ready with an unbelievable selection of top quality plant material and garden accessories. Whether it's a new landscape project you're starting or just sprucing up the yard, Nick's Garden Center is a must-see. Our 10-acre garden center and landscape center is filled with trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals, herbs, roses, hanging baskets, soils, mulches, stationery, fountains, pottery, garden decor, papers, sod, and water garden supplies. Don't forget, Nick's Garden Center is your xeriscape headquarters. We have an unbelievable selection of plants that are drought tolerant. We at Nick's Garden Center will help you create that beautiful outdoor living environment you've dreamed of. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to assist you. For all your landscaping and garden needs, visit Nick's Garden Center, celebrating 39 years. Located 2 blocks north of Iliff on Chambers Road in Aurora. Also visit us at nicksgardencenter.com.
Summer starts at Wilmore Nursery, your locally family-owned garden destination in Littleton. From now through June, discover beautiful drought-tolerant trees, shrubs, annuals, perennials, and ornament grasses, perfect for Colorado landscapes. And Wilmore makes it easy with delivery and planting services available for trees and shrubs. Want a greener lawn while only watering twice a week? Wilmore has humic acid and revive to help keep your lawn healthy and vibrant all summer long. Plus, ask about drought-tolerant wildflower seeds for low watercolor and beauty. Need natural solutions? Wilmore carries organic Japanese beetle treatments, live ladybugs, earthworms, and beneficial nematodes to help your garden thrive naturally. Don't miss their incredible seasonal deals. 10-inch hanging baskets are just $29.88, and 4-inch annual pink pots are only $5.88, regularly $9.99. Inside the store, you'll also find local raw honey, farm fresh eggs, organic organic New York maple syrup, local pickles, and hot honey. And for something unique, explore Wilmore's bonsai trees and fascinating carnivorous plants. Visit Wilmore Nursery at 711 East County Line Road in Littleton. Open Monday through Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 5. Wilmore Nursery, helping Colorado gardens grow beautifully.
Don't miss the Tree Farm's Array of Tree Sale, now through July 14th. See what's on sale at thetreefarm.com. Choose from flowering trees, fruit trees, evergreen trees, trees for narrow spaces, windbreaks, and privacy screens. Or add color to your yard with ornamental trees, flowering shrubs, perennials, and more. The Array of Tree Sale, now through July 14th. Come see.
You take I-25 to exit 235, then 5 miles west to the Tree Farm.
Okay, Luan, give us a rundown on what's happening at Tagawa's.
We have our sales going on in the nursery department, trees and shrubs, 20% off through this coming Friday. So you
Okay.
need to act before the 4th of July. The roses are also 20% off, and it's clear we don't have the inventory that we had in the beginning, but we have a lot of beautiful roses.
Yeah, you do. I saw them.
Yeah, so there's still decent choice there unless you're looking for absolutely this specific one, and we may or may not have that one.
Yeah,
But
and it's
Richard
too
has-
late to order them.
Well, Richard's a go-to. He's a tiger. So sometimes you say, I need this rose. He goes, let me work on it. So
Oh, okay.
not a
Well, good
guarantee,
for
but
you.
He's even if it's just one rose. And free classes. Oh, and then the annuals, whether they're in their 6-packs and such, or whether they're potted up or in baskets, are 30% off. Herbs also 30% off.
Okay.
Until further notice. Today's class is 10:30 with Roxanne's going to be talking about high altitude garden. And Roxanne has a house at 8,000 feet up
Oh,
above,
okay.
kind of above Idaho Springs, and she knows her stuff. So if you are the foothills, high altitude gardening, or you're just curious,
Mhm.
you know, it seems like too much of a challenge, not for her. She can hold your hand and help you. Dave Ingram with the Denver Rose Society is going to be talking about maintaining a beautiful rose garden. Really isn't as complicated as you might think. And that is at 12:30 today. And then at 2:30, Ron, he's one of our garden advisors at Dick's Corner, talking about some early summer lawn care problems like patching, trouble spots, and also dealing with some lawn pests and watering during our drought. So all of the classes are free unless you make and take something, but that's not going to happen today.
All right.
7711 South Parker Road, 1 mile south of Arapahoe Road. TagawaGardens.com is where all this juicy information came from.
Juicy.
Yeah.
All
good
right.
stuff.
Okay, we've got Joe on the line, and I have a picture in front of me. And Joe, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, that's the question. I had the same problem last year, and these are the real tall asters. They're like 3-4 feet tall.
Uh-huh.
And the tips of the very end of the branch, the tip, just kind of curls up and folds up on itself. It looks similar to what happens if you get some spray from like Roundup on a plant.
Yeah.
Looks kind of like that.
But the leaves?
And I got the little shriveled tip in my hand now, so I'm tearing it open, but it doesn't look like there's anybody living inside it or anything.
Yeah, it does look like some when that outer leaf that outer leaf is brown, and that has stopped any growth from happening properly, because it's just like mummified around that end there, and it looks like something happened to that new growth that caused that leaf to die for some reason. I would just clip it off. You've got all kinds of side shoots coming up. I don't know exactly what caused that.
How many of the blossoms are showing this
Well,
weird behavior?
this year it's just a few. It's maybe 1 out of 10. Last year it pretty much wiped out the whole top of the plant.
Did you or your neighbor use any herbicide?
I do, but I'm pretty careful. I'm really careful.
Okay.
I'm like in a Tyvek hazmat suit out there.
Yeah, the first thing I would do is cut that off.
Yeah.
Don't smoke it, because it kind of looks like a doobie. But,
I nibble.
You nibbled it.
You nibbled it? Okay. I'd slice it open and see what's
Yeah,
on the
I would
inside
too.
and see if there's anything like thrips that are causing that problem.
Every gardener should have a good magnifying glass.
Absolutely. I've got several.
Yeah.
And
I'm actually standing here with the magnifying glass in my hand right now.
Perfect.
And I did pull it open, and yeah, nobody's home.
Okay.
nobody's home.
You can
huh?
always take it into a garden center that has
'Cause
a.
I don't know of any diseases that do
Like a
that.
nice little artist over there.
It looks more like some kind of physical damage.
I thought it was a lizard. It looked like some kind of creature, because it's not only deformed; it's laying over.
Well, yeah, because it can't
Yeah,
open. You know that foliage can't open up.
May get the weird growth of the day award.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of physical damage, but I don't know what's causing that physical damage, and it's because of that outer leaf that died and wrapped around the new growth to prevent it from growing properly.
And all the new growth inside is just trying to get out. But
Yeah.
like you said, it's kind of mummified inside there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The leaves seem a
Okay.
little curly. Are you noticing that too?
The healthy leaves?
Well, I mean, like this one's kind of curled under, and this one's like twisted.
Twisted, yeah.
Yeah, just on that tip, though, on the tip.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I suspect thrip, but without cutting it, without having it in my hands and looking for them, I would look for them on.
Okay.
See those new little branches that are coming up below that area?
Yeah.
Check them for thrip. That's where you want to look.
And look up thrip on Google first, so you
Yes.
know what you're looking for, because they are sneaky.
Okay.
And they're tiny and they move quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they jump around, huh? Okay.
They jump around.
Yeah.
The adults can fly.
But they're teeny tiny.
They're tiny little things. They're bigger than spider mites, but much smaller than an aphid.
Bigger than, okay, right in,
And
okay.
they're kind of
That
longish.
gives me-
Kind of.
Yeah,
I'll
long
bring
and
my
skinny.
Yeah.
Magnifying glass on that one as
Yeah.
well.
Okay. Let us
All
know.
right.
I appreciate your help. You guys have a great weekend.
You too, Joe.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Behave yourself.
We get to. Okay. Wow. We cleaned them out. Did we really?
We
clean
cleaned them out. Do we have any? We should have some more text messages, though, I believe.
Oh, he's going to make us start over. Making us work for our pay today.
He is. He absolutely
Oh,
is.
yeah. Okay.
There we go. Let's see. What's the best time of day to water? I'd say when the plant needs it.
Right. Ideally.
Ideally.
But if you have some control over it, then when I do it in the cool of the evening, or I think our sprinkler comes on at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I like evening watering because it gives the plant then the entire night to rehydrate and use the water that you've applied. And but sometimes that's, the timing is going to be is when the plant needs it. And sometimes plants wilt during the heat of the day when there's still plenty of moisture in the ground. And that's a protection mechanism that the plant has.
They fold up their big leaves, especially.
Yeah, they droop down, and that takes them out of the direct contact of the sun, and they lose less water that way. But then in the evening, they perk right back up. Squash and cucumbers are particularly known for that, but I've seen, bee balm and other large-leafed perennials will do the same thing. So before you grab the hose, if you see something wilting, check the soil first. And if it's not dry, and it's moist, all the plant needs is to cool off. You can mist them, with a nice cool mist of water, and that will help cool them off. But they'll pop right back, and it's not going to be harmful.
And you're not doing that misting to water the plant. You're doing it to cool the leaves.
To cool the leaves,
Right.
exactly. And by the way, water droplets on a leaf with full direct sun on them does not burn the leaves. That's an old wives' tale. I wish it would die.
Not now, not ever.
Not now, not ever. Our trees would have no leaves on them if that was the case. So, that music means we've got to get out of here. Until next week, we're going to be back on next Saturday from 7 to 9 like always.
4th of July?
And yep.
Oh.
And until then, keep your shovel sharp, be careful where you dibble, and we will see you next week. Thanks for listening.
The preceding program is sponsored by JK Communications.